We've got a lot to go over in today's video. The Outer Worlds is one of the more anticipated games of 2019. Obsidian is looking to do a great job with the game, and it's really getting a lot of anticipation at this point. And the hype is building, and we know it's going to be released sometime in 2019, but the release date has possibly just been leaked on Steam. I do want to go over that and talk a little bit about that game. Also, we noted that Path of Exile is going to be released in March, and Exile gave us an update on that game and when it's going to be announced for an official release, and when we're going to get a firm launch date, because we know it's coming in March. However, we just got the window of March. We don't know what date. Also, we know that Google is getting into the gaming business, specifically the game streaming business. They launched Project Stream. They allowed players to play through Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and now they're expected to fully reveal its plans for the cloud-based streaming service for games on March 19th at the Game Developers Conference. We've also got a great deal on Destiny 2 Forsaken, the Legendary Collection. I know a lot of you guys don't think highly of Destiny 2, but Forsaken made it a much better game, and the collection being available for as cheap as it is now, it is a great buy. And I want to round out the video by taking a look at the major PlayStation 4 game release this week, as there are some games you guys should know about. So more on that at the end of this video. First up, The Outer Worlds, again, one of the more anticipated games of 2019. Obsidian really got lucky with the timing of this game, just because there's generally a pretty negative reception surrounding Fallout right now. Obsidian are the guys that did Fallout New Vegas, so a lot of people have high hopes for The Outer Worlds. It's an open world RPG that does look to be a little bit shorter in terms of length. It's touted to be around 30 to 40 hours, which is perfectly fine to me. But considering we have been getting some games that are north of 100, 200 hours, 30 to 40 hours to the naked eye might sound a little bit short, but this is going to be a game with a lot of replay value and reason to play through the game multiple times. So when are you actually going to be able to play The Outer Worlds? Well, Steam may have outed it. Specifically, checking the Steam DB page for The Outer Worlds reveals that the page was briefly modified to feature a release date of August 6, 2019. Now, that's a specific date, and if you actually look at where August 6 falls, it is a Tuesday, and generally games are released on either Tuesdays or Fridays, so that makes a lot of sense. Now, August is typically not that month where the biggest games are released, but hey, I think it would be a great time to release The Outer Worlds in August, where there aren't a ton of new games being released, and it's time for everybody to check out a brand new IP that does have a sizable amount of anticipation. I think if the game was released void of a bunch of other major releases, like say they push The Outer Worlds to fall, it would be competing with so many other games. You know that there are going to be a bunch of major titles released in the fall. Why go up against that competition, especially for a studio like Obsidian? They're not the most well-known studio in the world, even though The Outer Worlds does have a sizable amount of hype surrounding it. Competing against some of the heavy hitters and juggernauts that are to be released in the fall, that might be a little bit difficult, but I think an August 6th release date would work out really well. Let's hope that comes to fruition. We'll keep you guys posted in terms of an official announcement of the release date, but SteamDB is suggesting August 6th. Moving on from that, one of the most anticipated free-to-play games on the PlayStation 4 will finally be released in March, and the Path of Exile team gave us an update on it. Specifically, they noted this, quote, "We know many of you are eagerly awaiting a firm launch date for our PlayStation 4 release, so we wanted to give you an update about what to expect in the coming weeks. Development has been completed, and we are still expecting to launch in mid-March. Because of the technical process of launching on a new platform, we won't be able to announce a firm release date until around 2 weeks before the launch. We will let you know as soon as we have that date. We're very excited to bring Path of Exile to PlayStation gamers. We're so glad to see that we're already building a community of eager action RPG fans on the platform. We can't wait for you to check out Path of Exile Synthesis, which is the next expansion next month." Path of Exile is really that last free-to-play game that the PlayStation 4 doesn't have. We have Warframe, we have all the big battle royales. Path of Exile is that major game that has yet to make its way over to the PS4. And now with this game as a free-to-play offering as well, man, if you just stick to free-to-play games on the PlayStation 4, you have a wide array of different options and great games that you can play. And Path of Exile is one of those games. Yes, you can drop money in the game if you want to, but you really don't need to have a great experience. And it's exciting to see that Path of Exile will finally be making its way to PS4 in mid-March. Unfortunately, still no release date, but we should know 2 weeks out before its release. And we'll let you guys know, and do keep in mind, if you're looking to get into this game, this is a game that you can sink a lot of time into. I'm talking north of multiple hundreds of hours, maybe even north of 1,000 hours. There's a reason why the game's been out on PC for so long, and people are still playing it to this day. They've done a great job in keeping it updated, and let's hope all of that makes a smooth transition to the PS4. Also, Google is reportedly preparing to announce console-like hardware and controller to go with Project Stream, their gaming streaming service. They launched that in beta through a partnership with Ubisoft, allowing people to play Assassin's Creed. If you played Assassin's Creed Odyssey through that service, you even got a free copy on PC, so that was a nice gesture of them. And Google is expected to fully reveal its plans for the cloud-based streaming service for games on March 19th at the Games Developers Conference 2019 in San Francisco, California. Invites have already been sent out to the event, and there's a teaser as well saying gather around Google. Doesn't really give us much to work with, but this does seem to be exclusively streaming based, and I've always been a little bit concerned. I just don't know how that's gonna work out. Now, if anyone is able to take streaming off, it would be a Google, but I just don't think the infrastructure is really there for streaming to take off. I don't think the demand is really there, but Google are gonna be the types to be a little bit ahead of the curve and be there before the demand gets super high. Microsoft is also gonna be unveiling more information about their own equivalent service, Project X Cloud, at GDC, so it seems like game streaming is gonna be the big thing at GDC this year, and specifically with Project X Cloud, it's enabling console-native games to stream through Azure-hosted game servers and streaming clients. Any console-native game currently shipping in the Microsoft Store on Xbox will be capable of streaming to a mobile device. Project X Cloud is an open platform with a customizable client UX where streaming starts with Xbox game developers not having to modify a single line of existing game code. This talk will go deeper on how developers can get their console games to adapt to a mobile world. I know everybody is all inning on game streaming right now. I just don't think the demand is really there. We saw it with PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now was fumbling for a while, and it really started to take off after they started offering game downloads for the PlayStation 4 titles, and that's when you really notice more gamers taking a notice of PlayStation Now. And Xbox Game Pass, of course, those games are all natively downloaded to your Xbox One. Streaming isn't even a part of that, so I just don't know how big streaming is gonna get. I just don't think the demand is there, but we'll see. If they're offering something really great, if they're offering good value, it could be something that turns out really well. We will keep you guys posted on that, and I do also want to give you guys a heads up on a Destiny 2 Forsaken deal specifically for the Legendary Collection. This includes Destiny 2 Expansion 1, Expansion 2, as well as Destiny 2 Forsaken, and it's all available for just $19.99. I know Destiny 2 has gotten a relatively mixed reception, however, Forsaken has made it a much more compelling experience, and to get the entirety of Destiny 2 for $19.99, hey, that's a great buy, and if you want to get into Destiny 2, this is without a doubt the version of the game to pick up. Lastly, I do want to quickly go over all of the new PS4 game releases this week, as there are some major releases. First up, Dirt Rally 2.0 will be releasing on February 26th, yet another rally racing game. You'll compete in time stage events on tarmac and off-road terrain in varying weather conditions. The game features a variety of different stages from a variety of different places. Visually, it looks great. I'm just a little hesitant about the pricing of this game. If it does release at a full $60, I don't know how enticing that'll be, but still want to keep your eye on. Dirt Rally 2.0 hits PS4 on February 26th. NieR Automata's definitive version is also dropping in NieR Automata Game of the YoRHa edition. Now, I do have to note that yes, while this is a definitive version, it does come with some extra content. It's really not that great of an additional version. Game of the YoRHa edition includes the game along with all of the DLC and bonus content, but the DLC wasn't anything sizable. It was in-game items. There's some avatars for your PlayStation Network account. Nothing really sizable to enhance your overall experience, but if you've never played NieR Automata, this version is releasing at $40, and while I wouldn't say get it right away, wait for the Game of the YoRHa edition to go on sale for like say $20, and then you're getting the base game, you're getting some extra goodies, and it's a great game generally, so even if you want to pick it up day one, I wouldn't hold it against you. It is a terrific game, and the Game of the YoRHa edition comes to PS4 on February 26th. Next up, a highly regarded 4X strategy game is coming to the PS4 as well in Stellaris. Stellaris is one of the more popular games available on PC, and it has you explore a vast galaxy full of wonder. Paradox Development Studio, makers of the Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis series, presents Stellaris, an evolution of the grand strategy genre. It touts a deep strategic gameplay, a rich and enormously diverse selection of alien races, and emergent storytelling. Stellaris has engaging, challenging gameplay that rewards interstellar exploration as you traverse, discover, interact, and learn more about the multitude of species you will encounter during your travel. Next up, a game that I'm personally very much looking forward to, Trials Rising, the latest game in the Trials franchise. You control a rider on a physics-based motorcycle from the start of a level to the end, while navigating a number of different obstacles. Now, Trials Rising does have a big emphasis on user-created content, and it does seem to have deep creation tools. If you've been a fan of the Trials games, Trials Rising is going to be right up your alley. The game's been in open beta for a little bit. Nice to see its full release coming February 26th. And lastly, we have a major fighting game coming as well. Dead or Alive 6 is coming to the PS4 on March 1st. Now, I have excitement for Dead or Alive 6. Unfortunately, at a $60 price point and with all of the planned DLC coming to the game, it's just a very high price point to get all of the content out of Dead Dead or Alive 6. That's why I mentioned I would probably wait on a sale for this game, or even wait on the complete edition that'll probably come at some point. However, the game is going to have 26 playable fighters right out the gate, and if you're a fan of Dead or Alive, this is going to add a lot of refinements, and generally, it's probably going to be a pretty compelling experience. Again, Dead or Alive 6 comes to the PS4 on March 1st. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, it looks like The Outer Worlds has had its release date outed for August 6, 2019. Hopefully that stays intact. I'll keep you guys posted on that. Path of Exile is scheduled to come mid-March, and the release for the game is going to be announced 2 weeks before it's ready to go. So again, that's something I'll keep you guys posted on. Google is reportedly to provide more details on their streaming service, so that's pretty exciting. That great deal for Destiny 2 Forsaken Legendary Collection, $19.99 over on Amazon, link in the description box down below. And again, we've got some major PlayStation 4 games coming this week, from NieR Automata, Game of the YoRHa Edition, Stellaris, Dead or Alive 6, Trials Rising, and Dirt Rally 2.0. There's a lot to sink your teeth into. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.